Hey guys, and welcome back to Ultra Game World. And today we have the GT 1030. That's right, only a 2 gigabyte card from Gigabyte. But can it do gaming, or is it just a run-of-the-mill sort of desktop replacement GPU sort of thing? Let's find out. This is the silent, low-profile 2 gigabyte version. Now, as we know, GPU prices, unfortunately, just all over the place. GPU availability, again, all over the place. It's just, you just can't get anything. We've decided in today's video that we'll have a look and we'll go to sort of like the lowest of low because we like our low stuff here. We're gonna go with the GT 1030. Yes, it is very underpowered. Yes, you can't really game on it, well, to a degree, but I do think there's a place for this graphics card, certainly right now in this market. I mean, I actually picked this up for only £70. However, looking at the current prices, I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's the availability, but we're looking towards more like £100 now, which again for this card, I mean, really should not be paying £100. I mean, even 70 I would say is the sort of top end really for this card. We're just going to do an unboxing today, and I'll just do an overview. We'll stick it in my gaming PC, and that is a Ryzen 3200G with obviously 16 gigabytes of RAM. And we'll just see what it can do basically. Let's obviously not stress it out too much, and we'll give it some easier titles. I've got Fortnite planned, I've got Witcher 3, I've got GTA 5, and we'll run Crysis Remastered as well. And we're certainly not touching Cyberpunk, that's for sure, because Cyberpunk ain't going to have a shot with this, I tell you. But I think GTA 5 will probably be able to get near to 60 FPS, 1080p low. I think Witcher 3 probably looking towards 30 FPS at 1080p low. But again, we'll see what sort of results we get. I think Fortnite will be okay as well. I would hope towards 60 at 1080p low. I'm not sure, but we're just going to give it a go. So a little bit before we go into the actual unboxing, just a little overview of the sort of design of the card. This is the Gigabyte card, as I said. The postman kind of left kind of the residue on all the labels, so it's not exactly great, but fairly plain packaging. I'll just turn this around to here, sort of hide the label and what have you. Nothing really much happening with the box. All I would say is that it's the silent and low profile design. So really this card I think is going to be perfect if you're going to put this into a little Dow OEM or maybe a HP OEM or something, and you've got a low profile SFF build, small form factor. The small form factor build obviously won't have much power. Probably the PSU will be like 180 watts probably, or maybe getting towards 250 if you're lucky, which will be enough for this graphics card. I would probably put in the low profile bracket. I think it does have the low profile bracket, but obviously let's unbox and find out. So there you go. Inside the box, what you'd expect. What you would expect is basically a graphics card. I mean, there really isn't actually anything else, I don't think. No. I think that's all you get actually, is the graphics card itself. So let's pull that out carefully. Oh no, actually there is stuff underneath. Let's have a look. We do get the low profile bracket. That's actually really good. Good, I like that. Comes with the low profile bracket, this one. So if you're doing a SFF build, as I said, perfect, because you can just replace the full size bracket on here with the small brackets, the sort of like half height as they call it bracket. So that's really perfect, I really like that. The quick start guide is here, and basically a beer coaster nowadays, isn't it really? I mean, it's a CD, but you use the CDs. So, and like I said, the quick start guide, and yeah, let's open this up. Gigabyte quality control certified or something like it. Let's hope it is good quality control. There we go, eventually. So I actually forgot to mention earlier, this is the passive design as well. This basically the 1030 comes in with a fan, or it comes in the passive design. I would actually go for the passive design if possible, because this isn't really going to chuck out much heat, and obviously one less fan in your system is always good to have. So yeah, there's some sort of covers there, which is nice. Just the DVI-D there and the HDMI there, and obviously these little covers are quite nice to have. And actually, well, that's actually very nice. We actually get a cover for the PCI Express slot, which is nice. So we'll just take that off slowly. There we go. Yep. So not much to the card here, as you can see. Pretty plain. I'll just show that side to the camera so you can see it. Yes. So obviously, just like I said, the DVI connection with the HDMI connection, only 2 monitors can be run on this, which is a little bit disappointing, but overall, yes, it is a budget card, and obviously to fit the low profile design, as you can see, it doesn't actually use the full height of the PCI card there. The PCI bracket isn't used fully, so yeah, let's crack on, put it in our system. I'll just show you that now, and then we'll move on and see what games it can run. So here we are. We're just going to undo the case now and install our graphics card. Do this. Undo that. These annoying little covers, I don't like them at all. These things. Can we not do that with cases? That would be nice. So yeah, just pull that out. There's that. So. There we go. 1050 Ti out. It seems like a very bad downgrade, this, doesn't it? But yeah, and it's also only one slot, as you can see, so that's not really too much of a bother. I mean, you would, if you had a 2 slot, you'd obviously then need to blank up, but I'm not going to blank it up for now, because I probably will put other graphics cards in here as well anyway. This is my sort of test system, so bing, there we go, just had a little bing. All good. It's not defective or anything. I suppose you never know, but very unlikely these days. But obviously, can never be 100% sure until you switch it on, can we? HP, if we can get like a pre-built, well, not a pre-built, you know, like one of those i5 4th gen sort of, you know, desktops sort of thing, which is like a OEM build. There we go. Have a look at the mighty graphics card there, taking up all that space. Woof! It's a big boy. That sounds bad. Didn't mean to say it like that, but no, it doesn't really take up much space at all, does it? But yep, let's fire up, see what it does. So here we go. The first game is GTA 5. So right now we're about 99% usage on the GPU on the 1030. It's actually really cool. I mean, 38 degrees for a passively cooled graphics card is actually really good. So GTA 5, 1080p low, average frame rate 37, the 1% low of 30, and the 0.1% low is actually very low at only 3 frames per second. So 1080p low, GTA 5 not really playable, the 1030. I then dropped it down to 900p. The average frame rate was 63. The 1% low was 50 and the 0.1% low was 42. So I would say 900p low is probably where you're looking at with the 1030 for GTA 5. So Crysis Remastered now, 1080p low. Let's see what it can do. So Crysis Remastered, 1080p low, average frame rate 32, the 1% low of 8 and the 0.1% low of 6. However, Crysis Remastered at 900p low was a little bit better, 46 average, the 1% low of 12% and 0.1% of 7. So overall, no, Crysis Remastered isn't really playable. Perhaps maybe moving it down to 720p might be a little bit better, but again, as we can see, the 1030 is kind of struggling here really. So Fortnite, let's see what it can do, 1080p low. And there's no resolution scaling here, so we're at 100% resolution scaling. So Fortnite 1080p, we capped it at 60 FPS. Obviously we didn't need to go any further than that because you can't really do it the 1030. So average frame rate 59, 1% low 16 and a 0.1% low of 10. Now when we dropped it down to 900p, 59 FPS for the average, 1% low of 21 and 0.1% low of 11. So again, really you're going to have to use the resolution scaling on this really. Not much else you can do. It's just not really playable when you're at 900p. You might even have to use performance mode with Fortnite with the 1030 obviously. Unfortunately, as you can see, it's just not a great card. So let's try The Witcher 3 now, 1080p low. Let's see what the 1030 can do. So The Witcher 3, 1080p low, average frame rate 28, 1% low of 15 and 0.1% low of 5. Switching to 900p, we have a little bit better results, average frame rate 41, 1% low of 25 and 11 for the 0.1% low. Overall, again, very struggling on this card, very disappointing. It isn't a gaming card, of course. Let's switch to the main camera now. So overall, as we can see there from the benchmarks, it's quite disappointing, the 1030. Yes, it's low profile, and it's silent, as it's passively called. But for me, the game performance is just not good enough, is it? It isn't a gaming card, really. It isn't meant for gamers. It's really a display card to output to a display, really. I mean, and again, it doesn't even do that too well because it's only got 2 displays. Really, you know, you'd want a really 3 for a graphics card, maybe even 4 ideally. But it does its job. It's perfectly fine if you want a passively cooled system. Maybe if you're building like a very small HTPC or small form factor build, it's perfectly fine. But overall, no, the 1030 isn't really good enough in 2021. I hope you liked the unboxing that we did, little overview that we've done, and you know, pick it up if you just need something very basic to maybe make like a Dell OEM, just make it a little bit better. Maybe you've got a Dell small form factor. Again, like I was saying, really the big selling point in this is the small form factor and the low profile side. That's the big sort of selling point of why anyone would even want it. And I think apart from that, certainly in a full case, a full size ATX case, you're just not going to need it. So anyway, I hope you liked that video, guys. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.